Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jonathan. This is Espresso, and welcome to the internet's coffee shop where we get to talk about pop culture and shit. Anyways, the point here is the Pokemon Detective Pikachu came out yesterday, and I went to go watch it debut. Like as soon as it came out, I went. I'm really surprised there weren't a whole lot of people in my theater. There was like I think I don't tinker or tink. Anyways, the point is, I saw like 10 people, maybe 10, 15 people. Anyways, it was a really great film. And I've been watching a lot of different YouTubers and a lot of different reviews and videos and things like that. And it seems like the general consensus here is it's the first decent video game film. I'm really excited. And that's the way I felt about it. And it's not just that, it's the first decent anime and video game film. You know, when I was making that video that I posted literally yesterday, well, no, 2 days ago, you know, I kept arguing this could possibly be the first good video game film. But it turns out it's actually technically both the first decent anime and video game, well, live action film. Like I said, like I think there have been some animated releases that are pretty damn good, like short films and things, but I guess I'm just getting really technical here. But the point is, it's a really great movie. It's really good. It's really good. Critical says it's pretty good, you know, in the Moist meter, and if the Moist meter says it's pretty damn good, then I think it's pretty damn good. I love his reviews for films, but that's besides the point. But yeah, no, I was watching some other YouTube, I don't know, like the Cosmonaut Quickie, things like that. But basically, the point is, it turns out it's really good. It turns out it went great, and I'm really excited to see what else they do with this, you know, the series. I wanted to see a little bit more of Pokemon fights and things like that, and I think everyone else said that. But the point is they got the Pokemon down, like they got them down right. And you know, some issues with like the characters and stuff, they felt like NPCs, but it kind of felt weirdly normal. Like it felt like you were actually there, like actually in the Pokemon world. Like some people just felt like actual NPCs. Like that is something they would say. That is something that's how they would dress. That's how they would act. That's how they would talk. Like it was weird, and they spoke kind of funny, but it felt like you were in the world of Pokemon, and that's the point, you know. That's the immersiveness, and as far as like video game filmmaking goes, like it was very immersive. The story was okay. I mean, it was followable. You know, the pacing was fine. It was a followable story. It wasn't like terrible or anything, or like weird or dumb or anything, but it was just it was very simple, I guess, as far as the story goes. But the twist was decent. Most of it was kind of guessable. You know, you could probably guess it easily, but I mean, it is meant to be a kids film. A lot of people are kind of something I noticed on YouTube is a lot of people are kind of like critiquing some of the humor, or actually, well, no, not really. A lot of people like the humor, but they're critiquing some of the weird, like, personality traits within the characters. But I think they're very common in a kids movie. Like, if you watch any kids movie, like, it's harder for me to watch kids movies, you know, the older I get. But this was definitely a kids movie, and it was a good one. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I can't watch most kids movies nowadays. Like I can't watch like Pets or Minions and any kind of that, any of that. I just can't get into it. I can't sit down. It annoys me. But in this time, it was like, okay, I like this. This is, you know, it hits both the nostalgia, and it also invites and you know, and it feels welcoming to like new generations, you know, for Pokemon. So overall, very enjoyable. But anyways, that's not the point here. The point here is it did what I thought it was gonna do. It blew people's minds, you know, and not like it was like it wasn't like Infinity War, The Dark Knight. It wasn't it wasn't at that level. But what blew people's minds was that it was a decent film. It was a good film. Like it was a movie you can go watch and be like, you know what, I like this movie. I'm not bored, you know. Like it was one of those. It was just an enjoyable movie, and that is just not common in for video game films at all. And if you guys saw my last video I made regarding video game films, and if you saw any part of it, you'll see that they just do terrible. They do terrible in the box office, and a lot of times the only time people laugh at these movies are because the jokes didn't land, because they're just so bad they're funny. Looking at you, Mortal Kombat. I know that's a lot of people have like a guilty pleasure with Mortal Kombat. But yeah, it was like the jokes landed, like it was funny because it was supposed to be funny, things like that, you know. And I loved all the Pokemon. The best part about the movie were the Pokemon, which makes a lot of sense. You know, you're watching a Pokemon movie, so the Pokemon are the best part about it. Which I'm excited to say that's what they're. It looked to me like the writing and the main focus was on the Pokemon. And what's interesting about Pokemon is you can have these weird cartoony personality traits, and they fit very, very well. And like, it doesn't make sense when you this is the issue I saw with a lot of video game movies. Like, you would try to add these traits, these weird quirky personality traits or features about them, and make them very realistic. Like look at Sonic. Look at what they did to Sonic. Like, it just looks weird. Like, they try to make it look realistic, and it doesn't land. But with Pokemon, they kept it for the most part very, very loyal to the way the characters are already designed. Like, they kept it for the most part loyal to what it already is. You know, like Pikachu looks like Pikachu. Like, it looks, you know, the big old eyes and the shape looks literally the same. The only difference is it looks like it has like cat fur. Like I was looking at my cat. I'm like, oh, you know, this is the fur. The hair looks very similar. Very very almost the same, like a mix between rabbit and cat. But that's besides the point here. It looks. The point is, it looks realistic but not like hardcore. Like, they're not trying to like a literal rat or mouse. Okay, like that's definitely not a mouse. Okay, that's definitely not a real mouse. But it looks like what Pikachu would look like if it was real. You know, if you keeping some of the cartoony features about it, which is what I enjoyed. Because if you were to try to make a real Mr. Mime or like anything like that, it would be very creepy. Like if you're trying to make it look like literally real, it would just look very creepy. But they kept it like half and half, and I like that. And some of the weird just cartoony features about Pokemon, you know, just the quirkiness that game has. It was able to have that in there because of the way the Pokemon were designed. It didn't look weird, it didn't feel weird, and it's not that it's out of character sometimes. It just looks weird. It feels weird, which is I think that if you take some inspiration from movies like The Mask, which was an amazing Jim Carrey movie, that's I think why The Mask works, you know, things like that, where this character, this personality in general is just really weird, and it looks weird. It's not meant to be like grounded and realistic, so it doesn't take itself very seriously. So you're open to it, and you welcome it, and you don't have any issues with it. And I think that's what this film did really, really well, is it wasn't very like serious about itself. Like, it was a very just open and lax, you know. It wasn't serious at all, which I'm really excited to see what else they do with these films. I want to see something with Red. I think they kind of showed Trainer Red in the movie. I'm not for sure, but that looked like it was probably Trainer Red, but it could just be any random guy with a red hat, whatever. But you can't. They don't call him that or anything. You don't that character never interacts with the other characters in the movie. It was more like a tournament or whatever, like montage or whatever. I don't know. But the point, well, I don't want to spoil the movie, but it's not really much of a spoiler, to be honest. It might even be in a trailer. I'll have to watch. But the point here is they pulled it off. They pulled it off, and they pulled it off really well. And I'm really happy to see that Pokemon is kind of leading the industry here as of right now in terms of you know, good video, like live action filmmaking, like video game like good live action video game filmmaking. It's amazing. And I love it, and I love what they did with it, and it really opens up a lot of avenues for video game films. Of course, hopefully Sonic doesn't crush that like entirely, because it seems like what Pokemon has opened up right now, Sonic is trying to destroy. Not, I don't think that's their intention, but the way that trailer looked and everything, it just and the story, the way it seems like the story's gonna be like, yeah, that's yeah, I'm a little worried about that movie, but hopefully it doesn't crush, you know, it doesn't stop production studios from making more video game films, but I think Pokemon is really opening up a lot of avenues for more movies like that. Anyways, that is all I wanted to talk about for today. I will be probably releasing more videos. I have a lot of things to talk about regarding the channel and some other content that I want to make. I definitely want to get back into this more. Just had some other stuff going on, mostly streaming, a lot of streaming lately. I have some stream highlights coming out, but anyways, the point is, I'm back, I guess, you know, like back. I had never made a video that said I'm back, but now I'm back. So I will see you guys later. And that is today's coffee talk. All right, good night.